Welcome. Great to have you with us this fine day. It is a beautiful, well, it's not beautiful, it's a cold day here in April in
It is.
Calgary, Alberta, and we are just waiting for summer. So far, it has eluded us, but we are hopeful that warmer times will come. So, Hannah has an excellent topic.
I do. Thank you for that intro, Father. I very much appreciate it. Um, May the gods be with you. So, today, Mutsu and I, mainly me, started watching a show called, have you seen or heard of Beyond Goodbye? It is on Netflix.
Uh, I saw it, haven't watched it.
I recommend, if you're listening to this, I recommend. Very good. So, the, have you heard of people getting transplants, like organ transplants, okay? So let's say,
Heart, liver, kidneys, all
yeah,
that kind of lung.
anything,
Okay.
bone marrow, okay?
Brain.
I don't think we have succeeded a brain transplant yet, but maybe one day. Um, so there has been cases all over the world. According to scientists, it's impossible, but there have been cases of people who received the donor's organ
Okay.
all of a sudden crave that receiver's crave that organ giver's or the
Donor.
donor, sorry, crave that donor's food that they loved. So if they loved
So if they
coffee.
like pizza, if they like coffee, they died, they're obviously, or maybe they're still alive. In the case of some, you can donate kidneys and liver and still live. But you're saying that the receiver of the donor organ now began to crave some of the foods or have other thoughts that were specific to the donor, and now they've been quote unquote transplanted into them along with the organ.
Correct.
Mm.
So there has been cases all over the world. Search it up. I very much encourage it. There's lots of stories of people. Even the most rarest one is people having memories of the donors. Not picture perfect, like not clearer, like us, if we think about tomorrow, you can picture it. Oh, I did
Well,
all
that's
of
not a
this
memory,
today.
but okay.
That's a memory.
A memory of tomorrow?
Sorry, yesterday.
There you go.
Sorry, yesterday. You can picture it. And so, like, these stories of these people that are receiving the organs, they have the memory, but not as, picture perfect as what we can remember today. Anyway, so the show is about a man dying.
Okay.
He was a organ donor.
Okay.
So therefore his heart was donated to a,
So he obviously died.
yes, he died. His heart was donated to another man who needed a heart because his heart was weak.
Okay.
And the show shows that the person who received the heart is now craving coffee, has a different taste bud, is a little bit lighter, like mood wise. He's more happier because before he was a little more depressed. He has heart problems. He can't really do anything. But he has a joyful characteristic as a donor and has memories of what the donor went through. And so that's what the show is about. I won't go into any more.
Well, just wait. So what did the scientists say was the cause of that?
Was
Or they
that
don't know.
according to scientists, this phenomenon that happens
Probably
even
shouldn't happen.
that even happens on Earth, like in reality, shouldn't happen. It does not make sense.
Okay.
Does not make sense. It goes against science.
But it's happening.
But it happens. Obviously, not to everybody. This case is very much rare, but it does happen.
So, so these people crave things that their donors craved, or their favorite foods change. And is this psychological? Is it chemical? And like, the scientists have any
No
idea?
idea.
Well, that's interesting.
None.
I would I would I would, why isn't it? Yeah, I could see that it's a possibility.
But isn't that so weird? Not weird. Isn't that so interesting? Because we say our we've been on a roll with consciousness and God stuff, but we say that take out the spirituality part scientifically, okay? The brain is what stores all the memories.
Mm.
How can a transplant, not just for the show, but people that actually experience it on this earth, this reality, how is it that they then start craving food that the
Well,
donors liked? It just,
maybe the brain doesn't store all memory. Maybe different parts of the body have their own memory, and the brain. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. It's just it's interesting.
so then does that mean we have more than one consciousness?
Well, I don't, you know, I don't know. All I'm saying is there a metaphysical reason for the donor's cravings to be brought into the recipient? Maybe there is. It's obviously happening, as rare as it may seem. So there's got to be a physical reason for it, a chemical reason for it. It's just something that we probably don't know if it's happening, right? It's like twins. Twins can know when the other one's feeling pain or that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah,
so there's
like
so
mom.
many different things along that metaphysical spectrum that we don't really understand.
Actually, the twin thing is actually interesting. I didn't even think of that.
Hmm.
Like mom, for those who don't know, many of you don't know, mom. We
Your
think
mother,
my mom is a. We think she's an identical twin.
she is an identical twin. The doctor was on crack.
Yeah, I don't think
She's
the doctor was.
identical.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell them apart. Anyway,
Well, you can because you can, but
they look so different
other
to
people
me.
can't.
Yes. So, like sometimes mom would feel so sick, and she'll call her sister slash my aunt, and then my aunt will also feel sick on the same day
At the same time,
at the same
same
time.
sickness.
Yeah, just like weird things like that where they're just like, "Oh, I feel this way," and the other person's like, "Me too," and they're halfway across the world. One's in Japan, and the other one,
Well,
my mom is here.
twins is one case, and it's probably separate from the organ donor one. I can see twins where from the very first splitting of the cells, they lived in the same place and shared the same blood and fluids and amniotic fluids and stuff. So I can see where there would be some very, very deep connections compared to other people.
Mm,
So I get that.
mm.
The donor part may be similar at some sort of chemical level. What's interesting to think is that is there a possibility if those connections exist between twins or people that have received donor organs, if we get into a deep enough deep enough level of consciousness where we're really understanding of our own of our own bodies, chemicals and surroundings and other things, spirits, are we able to have that connection with other people that aren't related by some other physical aspect, right? So you have spiritual leaders or people that say that they can heal people or know what people are feeling. Um, is there some sort of truth to that? I, I, I don't know. Maybe. I, I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility.
Mm.
Right? There's a lot of things we don't know. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's lots of things that you need to be more open minded about, like not think outside the scientific box. You know?
Yeah. If we constantly cubbyhole ourselves um, into thinking that a lot of things are out of the realm of responsibility. Sorry, possibility. I keep getting mixed up. If we keep thinking that a lot of things are out of the realm of possibility, and the majority of people thought that certain things were out of the realm of possibility, then that's where people like Elon Musk will come into play, or Tesla, or whoever else that's made some fantastic discoveries. Yeah, everybody else said it wasn't possible or they couldn't do it. So one person went and proved them wrong. So I would imagine it's only a function of time before we find out that a lot of things all across that spiritual fabric, that metaphysical fabric, until they become weaved together, but we understand how they weave together. I would say that that's not too far, not too far distant in time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
when we reach singularity with computers and we can compute and dig deeper into different different aspects and knowledge, like a knowledge base, it will open up our minds to something that's much wider, bigger, deeper.
Do you think you'll be able to ever answer the question of why the receiver has the same
Yeah, I think we will.
reaction to
Sure.
the donor?
Yeah. It's
Even
rare. So will money, it's so rare that the question is, will money ever be put into trying to figure out why? Well, if it's that rare and nobody's dying from it, probably not. I think the best thing to do is, now that you've mentioned that show, is now I'm gonna go watch it.
watch it. It's actually really good. I cried every episode. And it also made me passionate about coffee, so I'm kind of like, maybe I should become a coffee guru, you know? But then I won't do that.
What?
Because
Yeah, I was watching the show on Netflix, and your mom and I got watching it, and it's about people. It's about um, people that have plastic surgery.
botched.
No, no, not botched. I watched it because I think botched is hilarious.
Oh, I feel bad for some of those
I
people.
don't. I
They're
think a lot of those people. So not the people that have legitimate disfigurements and other challenges through accidents, or but the people that want to have the biggest boobs, or cat eyes, or lips that it's just, or
I
they're no.
feel so bad for them. They're having
They're
some
crazy, right?
dysmorphia or what is that word? Am I correct?
Well, I don't know what,
Dysmorphia?
whatever. They're lunatics, right? So
Oh,
when I
I feel
watch
bad.
Netflix and it's people that have that, plastic surgery is expensive.
Plastic
They're all
surgery
in
is
they're in
expensive, yeah.
Beverly Hills, right? The show on Netflix. They're in Beverly Hills, and the doctors, they just got they like if expensive stuff, right? They got Chanel this and Chanel that and Rolex this and Rolex this everywhere. Well, holy crap! How much does this stuff cost? But what
Yeah.
was most amazing is they showed a couple of people that have some legitimate skin issues.
Like from burns or something?
No, 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 like from acne, like acne scars,
Oh, yeah.
deep acne
Some of
scars on
them
their
are
face, their
so
back, their
bad.
chest.
Yeah.
For one example, um, and while most people would just have to go through life living with that particular ailment, or the acne might be done, but the scars remain,
Mm-hmm.
there are people with a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go in and they have these insane micro needling laser ultrasound, vibrating disc things that create collagen with plasma. It's insane, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the crazy thing is, they show a before and they show an after. And so, like, after 8 or 9 weeks of this treatment with this plasma, they look completely different,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, it costs them hundreds of thousands of dollars to get there. But I was like, man, like, that's that's really interesting
Mm-hmm.
that they can, you know, what's it called? Plane, like, what's it called when you take on a piece of wood and you shave off, like, planing? They can plane your skin with lasers, and to the micro, tenth of a micro, whatever it is. And they add this collagen stuff, and they inject here, and they inject there, and they dissolve here, and they add here. It's absolutely insane.
It's so cool. The human body is really cool, and the fact that people were able to create um, chemicals so that our bodies can accept that and use it
Like
to.
Botox, right?
But yeah, Botox is a very controversial topic right now.
Botox, I don't mind Botox. Botox and other fillers that people put in for various reasons. And if they use a certain filler that they have another one that they can put in to dissolve that filler.
That scares me. Where does it go when you dissolve it?
I don't know, and I don't care because they
Oh,
paid $100,000 for it, so it's like
okay.
it's their problem. But I think what's interesting is the the idea of right now it's very expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that technology always becomes cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
With what is that called? With
Economies of scale.
yeah, what's that
So
word? Interest? No. What's that? Inflation. Inflation
no,
actually doesn't make it
no,
cheaper.
no, no, not the dollar amount. I'm talking about the technology and the mass production of the same technology makes that technology become cheaper and cheaper. So let's say
Oh,
you have you have these machines in now Pakistan, India, and China, and hundreds of thousands of these machines are now made for that market. That means in general, with the supply will increase and that technology become cheaper to produce. So that in theory or someday, that same technology, now maybe you need skill sets to run it, but right now what costs 100,000 might in a few years only cost 2 or 3 thousand.
okay, I see where
Okay,
you're coming from. Yep.
like it's like fake boobs, right? I mean, they used to be really expensive, like really expensive, and now if you save up 5 grand, you can probably get a augmentation done.
Mm.
Right? Whereas 20 years ago, it was 100 grand.
You
That's
also
my point.
you also had I think you also had less people trained to do that back then, whereas now there's more people also doing that.
Yeah, and I guess if the technology becomes like you can get home lasers, right? You can for
Like,
your hair lasers. That
oh
kind
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you
you
can
can
get
do that at
those.
home now. That was
Yes.
unthinkable 10, 15 years ago, or maybe 20 years ago. So that technology, how much money or at home, how much time are people going to spend on completely revamping their looks if that technology becomes ubiquitous and available en masse at your home in your home?
Isn't that interesting?
Right? 'Cause those Chinese girls go to like Korea or Japan and have all the work done, and then when they try to enter China, their
Like,
faces on their passport don't match the face that they have now, so they get rejected.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, I've never heard of that.
yeah.
But it makes sense.
Well, they
Yeah.
get a nose job and their jawline is slimmed and their eyebrows are changed and their eyes are widened and their teeth are redone and they right, so their overbite is all that stuff. And so you can Google it's a thing, right? And so you have their before picture and you have their after picture. They do not look like the same person. And
Um,
so the Chinese government, the border guys are like, what, who, who are you? You don't match the picture. So
oh, what do they do after that?
I don't know what they do. I mean,
Do they need to like have proof, like from
I'm
I
not
guess from the plastic
I'm not sure
surgeon
what they do. They definitely need to do passport picture
and a driver's license if they
and a driver's
drive?
license and social credit score,
Oh man.
all that stuff,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that you could be a CIA, assassin, right? Who's
Mm.
killed, done your work for 20 years or 30 years, and now in order to become, not get discovered, you have plastic surgery that completely changes the way you look, and now you can live on a different passport, and you're not afraid of anybody finding you because you don't look the same at all.
Talking about face recognition, Japan just released and started testing face recognition like machine in train stations.
Yeah, great. Why?
I have no clue. I guess they don't want to tap their phones anymore, so face recognition is the way to go.
Oh, you mean for commercial reasons? I thought you meant government spying reasons.
No, no, no. Like for you to you tap your phone or your ticket to get to your wherever.
Yep.
Now they're testing
Well, we
facial recognition stuff.
well we talked about that, right? So,
I don't know. We didn't talk about that.
so in the future, what will happen today when you walk into a store, you have your card,
Oh, oh, that's yeah.
right? So you have your Air Miles card or you have your credit card, whatever. So in not too distant future, you'll just walk into a store. It will welcome you by name because it knows your face.
Yes, yes,
It will
yeah,
give you the discounts because it knows your face.
yeah.
It will know your credit card on file because it knows your face. You don't need to do anything. You will walk in, pick the crap up that you want, try it on, and then go to the thing. Well, you won't even go to the till. It'll just know, like at Uniqlo now. You just dump your stuff into the, and you just walk out with it. It'll know who and what to charge.
Yeah. And
You know,
Japan's doing that right now.
it'll be completely seamless,
Yeah.
right? The the customer support, the marketing will all be seamless,
Yes.
right?
I heard that you print out like uh motivational quotes and give it to Kayla. She
I
puts it on
do.
her wall.
I do.
You've never done that for me.
It's because you don't live here anymore.
Where's my motivational quote?
Stick it.
I have two more topics I want to talk about.
Okay, quick.
Okay, quick. Okay, one, I was talking to my cousin, and then she's a university student, and she was talking to one of her acquaintances. He quit his job. This is in Ontario. He quit his job, didn't have a job lined up, has been out of a job for a month, is stressed, so he spent money. He spent $1,500 on clothes, and
So
he
he's an
used,
idiot?
and then he used his credit card and is now in debt for $105,000 clothing that he
What the
can't
hell did you
afford.
buy for $1,500?
I have no clue.
So he,
This man, I don't like to say this a lot, but is very, very dumb. And then, so my cousin says, "How are you gonna pay this off? You have rent to pay. You have rent to pay for. Put this on a credit card?"
minimum payments, baby.
He said, "Student loans. That's his way out of
What
a credit card debt."
What do you mean? He'll
He's
pay off his credit card debt with other debt?
Yeah.
Yes, the intelligence of the
This
U.S. and
millennial.
Canadian. Yeah, it's U.S. and Canadian middle class. It boggles my mind.
This listening to this really made me angry. So that was one topic. Okay, please note if you're listening, do not do that. That is the dumbest thing you can do. Okay, another topic. The studio I work for, it's like a rental studio space, so lots of other people can rent out the office space.
Okay.
Was broken into last night. Nothing was stolen.
Why break in?
There was a $500 headphone from like a different office. $500 headphone just laying there on the desk, not touched. Apple laptops everywhere, not touched.
Well, the thief is probably smart enough to know that if you steal Apple products, they're basically paperweights.
Yeah, because you can find them too. Like you can do the find my whatever. But like another somebody else, $20 bill sitting on his desk, not touched.
What?
Did not
So what
steal
they
a
break in
single
for?
thing.
How do they know somebody broke in then?
The studio space that the company I work for has it's a wooden door and then a diamond shape
Like window?
window smashed.
Oh.
This person was looking for something, I don't know what, smashed that window, reached over, unlocked the door, and I saw the glass, it was spiky, so no blood. Unlocked it,
It's aliens.
maybe. It physically, the way we were all talking about, we're like, this is impossible because the diamond is actually pretty high up and the door knob is pretty low because this building is old. We were
Are you
like,
sure it
how
was
the
human
heck?
being?
We have no clue. Did not steal a thing. We have no idea what
Where's the
happened.
video cameras?
No video cameras, unfortunately. It's not a high security place, so
Well, the good thing is nothing was stolen. The weird thing is they
the weird
broke in
thing,
to steal nothing.
very very weird. They smashed a bunch of there's other office spaces where the walls are window glasses, smashed.
So, if watching Batman Rises teaches you anything, it is that there are people that just want to create
Chaos.
chaos.
Anyway, that was a weird happening today. I had to clean some glass shards, so I didn't cut myself, which is good, but no idea. So if you have an answer, if somebody has went through that before, let us know. But
That is
nothing
weird.
was stolen.
It's weird. All right. Well, when you find out, let us know if
I don't think we'll ever find out.
if you do, let us know.
Very strange. Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for your time.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And Hannah's gonna invest in a credit card with $1,500, a little bit better of a studio, and she's gonna pay for it with student loans.
I will. I'll do that. And What other loans? Mortgage? I'll pay one of my mortgage.
Add to your mortgage.
Yeah, yeah. But thank you for
Get
listening.
a HELOC, house equity line of credit.
Yeah, I'll get as much credit as
Transfer
possible.
everything from a high interest rate credit card to a low interest rate credit card. You know, people do that kind of stupid stuff.
No, but that's
Oh,
wild.
dude. Anyway, that's another.
I
That's
feel bad for
another.
people that do
Don't
that.
feel
They don't
bad.
know.
That's another. That's another podcast.
But thank you always. Thank you for your support. Much love. Uh, Peace and love always.
Cheers.